Welcome, WTL Arena Folk, to episode 7 of our In-Houses reviews. I'm joined here by Pabu and Mysterious/Tim of the Jungle Academy and the Midland Academy. All right, we've got a Diamond Plus game for you guys today. This is on a North American server. Tim, let's bring up the OPGGs here. Let's look at Blue Team first, if you remember Blue Team. Is this Blue Team?
This is Blue, yes.
All right, so we've got, what do you guys notice in here? So we've got Dan Man here. He's a Draven. He's a Draven enthusiast. Is he playing Draven this game? What is he playing this game here, Tim? If we're gonna,
looks like he's on the
Zeri giant.
Zeri.
All right. Okay, some games with Zeri, cool. And then we've got Vanguards, who's a
mid laner.
Mid laner?
Yep, he's in the program.
What's he playing?
The
What's he playing?
He's playing secondary role or on top.
It is 365 Ornn games though. That's crazy.
Wow.
The guy's a beast.
TF Ornn, that guy's a real homie. You know, he's for the boys.
He's a full team player.
Yeah.
Son of Battle. He's mid laner. This game's him.
Yes.
It's Andrew. It's he's playing Neferi at the moment.
Yeah.
So he's also in the MLA and he's killing it.
Yeah, I know him mostly from Jungle Academy because he's a Pantheon enthusiast.
Yes, I know him. And who's our ADC this game? Rizzside or
Damn.
Oh, sorry, Damn. That's what am I talking about? So
Damn
our top
area.
laner.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's on. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool. Yeah, and Yunmi is Yunmi a support player? Okay, cool.
Yeah, big Janna player.
All right. So with that person, so in terms of what we like to do here, guys, is we like to who is main role and who should be we put in high expectation standards on this game based on who's on.
Yeah.
I think Yunmei we're gonna have high expectations on, right?
There's only one overall, but that's Vanguards, and he's a beast on Ornn, so I think he can stand his ground just fine. This seems like a pretty balanced game.
It's a pretty stacked team here, though, to be honest. Everyone's on good champions for them, except for the AD. AD is the only one who's off of one trick, basically.
That's right. And this jungle guy, you guys probably know him better than I do, but he's playing Lilia, and it does not look like his Lilia is the most practiced at the moment.
True.
And he's also the lowest rank, and we're not rank shaming over it, maybe a little bit, but the reality is, if you're going to be rocking up with a Grandmaster and a Diamond 4 player, big difference.
We'll let some things slide. We'll let some more things slide, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it is almost it's basically 1k LP worth of difference, right? So if you're looking at a 500 LP player versus a 1.5k LP player, it's the same between 600 LP to D4. It's a pretty big gap.
Yep.
And red team, Tim?
Red team. We got some good names in here. For example, we got Zach from the MLA. He's on his Syndra. Not his best champ, but definitely not the champ that he's bad on by any means. We got the jungle player. You guys probably know him. Diamond 1 on his signature Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks? Who's this? I don't know who this is.
I'm not familiar with this player.
I don't know people's IGNs. I know people's names.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay. For top, we got ourselves a Cassandra Enjoyer, and it is this guy right here, pretty high elo guy on one of his main champs versus the Vanguard's Ornn. So this is going to be hype matchup up on top. Top and mid lane are going to be very the solo lanes are going to be very even and practice matchup. So it's going to be cool.
The Ornn matchup's pretty tricky for Cassandra, though. I feel these days it's pretty tough.
I'm going to be very honest. The last time I knew that it was about a year and a half ago. So,
fair. I mean, Cassandra's lane has just been nuked so many times that at this point, Ornn just kind of clicks him, and it's kind of tough.
Okay.
All right. Do we actually have an Emerald player in this game? Is this a Smurf?
Yeah. No, it looks like a genuine, maybe slightly
second account.
Whoa. They're playing on it right now. Let me check the graph.
159 games. You'd assume this is a main account, right? So this is our AD
yeah,
carry.
no. This is not a Decade account. It seems, if you click live graph, it's pretty.
Yep.
It looks like a main account. So.
Yep.
All right. So you would think that probably Blue Team has quite a bit of advantage here in terms of matchmaking potentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yes, but they have a very lovely bot matchup, however. So it might make up for it a bit playing the Caitlyn Seraphine into the Zeri Janna. It's that it's double outrange and double poke versus champions that can't all in very easily. So I think
one of the things I instantly see is that this game is going to be really slow at the beginning because the amount of hard engage on both sides is almost not there. Both Enchanted Sports, it's going to be very slow, even though the lanes are therefore going to be quite important. Yeah, it's pretty hard for the losing team to also come back in this game.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that the hard engage is limited.
Yep.
Good point. All right, let's play it out, Tim. Let's play it out.
Let's get it cracking. So we're going to start mainly in the individual lanes. I think that's cool to see. We both know what Fiddlesticks and Lilia are going to do.
Yep.
Not the most interactive gameplay.
Do you care about pathing at all here, Babu? We always talk about the pathing first with the junglers. Do you care about where they're going, or
I mean, both junglers should just clear down. Like like top matchup is completely irrelevant to the outcome of this game. Even if your bot lane loses, not being able to play with your bot lane, say I don't know, the Zeri Janna is getting slammed at 6, but post your Lilia 6, you can still fight. If you path up, it's like really scuffed to, get back into it.
So you don't like Rizside. You don't like what Rizside's doing here with
I'd still pass down. Like the crab is super whatever. If enemy jungle just takes your crab, it's like okay, you have 50 more gold than me. Congratulations. But now I can still play the game into my bot lane.
All right. Looks like they're both just going to 8 camp clear here. All right. So Tim, what are we looking forward to here mid? You're the Syndra guy. You're gonna be hypercritical here. What's going on? Is this how you expect the lane to play out? Also, press O, Tim. I want to see the scoreboard. I like the scoreboard.
Let's take a look at O. Yeah. So this is a matchup where, right, as Syndra, I would play a little bit more offensively. I wouldn't really go the first strike room page. I would actually go Ahri. I would go bone plating because I think that iityrii is a champion that in the early game is a bit of feast of famine. If this champ runs a little bit too far behind or she's forced to stay D-shield, her wave clear massively gets hurt. So I would up the aggression in the early game to force her to play a little bit more defensive. Because now we're in this position where she can use her offense as defense. And when we just get traded upon like this, we can basically end the review for Minerai. We're striking instantly.
Okay.
Maybe the fastest strike in WTL arena history.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think Ghost would do this. All right, so put one next to just the little Syndra port thing.
Yeah, I mean, conceding the level 1 as a range champion versus iityrii, and it's like longsword iityrii is completely getting away with just smashing the wave out is crazy. Like it's tough. Like you never will regain control from this position if you give up like already like your level 1 power.
That's right. So yeah, I'm sorry, Zach, but I need to be brutally honest with you, man. It looks like this is the first game of the day. And a warm up would have been good because we're getting ran over here by Andrew.
Yeah, would you take Ignite in iityrii in this kind of matchup? Because it looks like you can kind of slam the wave, and so Ignite might not be super necessary for your pattern.
Hard for me to say because I've not played the iityrii champ.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know the exact specifics from iityrii side. I do know it from Zendra's side, but from iityrii side, it's hard for me to judge. Yeah. I think mid's over.
So mid's over. All right, so top and bot. So you expecting both your looks like K'Sante and bots are winning for red team. Is this how you expecting it to play out here, guys?
I didn't see Ornn's first few levels, but like Ornn's level 1, he should be able to walk K'Sante back pretty hard because Ornn just does like 1 million damage compared to K'Sante level 1. So I feel like you should just have the slow push. Be not unhappy if this is like the situation you end up in. Yeah, a lot of these queues are pretty tough, I think. It's like we should always be playing for grass proc, I think, when we have queue. But I don't know.
On both sides, probably, right?
Yeah. But especially on Ornn's side, because you just like queue them in the head and just sprint at them, and it's like super free every time.
Mm.
And if you trade queues with K'Sante, that guy runs out of mana in like 10 seconds. So you see already that like K'Sante doesn't have much gas left in the tank to keep playing the matchup out here, while Ornn still has plenty of mana, even though he's using Q on cooldown to CS.
Right, so the cookie changes actually hurt K'Sante a bit because he
he really struggles in the early lane phase mana. He can't spam Q, so you can blow him out of his mana bar pretty quickly. Mid died.
Yeah, we'll go over that in a bit. I think this is an interesting trade to look at right here. We'll go a little bit back. How would you use your abilities here as Ornn and K'Sante really? Because I think Ornn is in a fine position here, but it seems like he's playing very defensive.
Yeah, he keeps throwing Q to like not get auto off, and then also only to like last hit 1 creep. I feel like it's like low value ability usage. This one was good.
Much
the
better,
one before. Yeah.
He's
Not-
kind of
yeah.
he's clapping him, not even
Yeah,
close.
yeah. It's tough. And look,
Interesting.
Casante's completely He has 1 Q left in the bank.
Yeah, we see it very, very low mana. Okay, let's go back to mid lane here because we had some action happening here on the.
I'm also looks concerned about. Let's go back to why did Fiddlesticks base and not go back to his Raptors and Krugs on spawn? Is this normal here, Baru? He did not do an 8 camp clear for starting Raptors.
Huh. I'm not sure. It looks like he just sat close to bot lane and was really like hard fishing and didn't find anything.
Yeah,
And then just recalled. Just
Yeah.
run.
Well,
There's nothing
something about Fiddle is that like you're. Oh wait. Wow. Okay. You're not too upset about not getting the what do you call it? The 900 gold item, the Faded Ashes, is actually not very good on Fiddle. So you don't have to greed for that specific recall. There's been some new tech that AJ and I have looked into with the Fiddlesticks, where you take the first strike, so you can get the what do you call it, the potion rune, and then you get the plus 50 gold. You do 8 camp clear, and you buy needlessly large rod on first base. Then when you take level 6 and you have the adaptive force potion, you have 100 AP off your items for your first ult, which makes it really, really powerful. And you can consider first item Shadow Flame from there, and you can snowball the game. Yeah. The dog's fucking electrocute. Kind of tough.
It did look like he just run from crap instantly to Raptors.
Yeah, I think this could be fine. Like, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Great. Let's look at mid here.
Syndra
So
used E.
All of these traits just compound into into this really
potential
bad
being
lane
the
set.
solo killed.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I feel like you're not allowed to use Syndra E like this, no?
You are. It's
You are?
just normally you are, but the problem is that this entire lane state is just
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you're
It's already at the end of review at this point.
and for him, we can just wrap it up. This
Yeah, it's done.
my
It's
session
getting
with this.
solo killed. Yeah.
We go to the next one right here.
Oh, you
Okay,
gotta
cool.
finish off his strike. Finish off his strike, Tim. We gotta do the whole X.
Oh, well, we're just
X.
completely striking him
Yeah,
twice.
that's right. Exactly right. So,
Oh,
now-
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So if you get 2
okay.
strikes, you're done. 1 strike is like, okay, we'll still be looking at that.
Oh wow, because I thought of it looking at the same mistake because it compounded
I
from
see.
the
So there was
mistake from-
it's already like end of that. So your initial strike was actually end of review.
No, this thing right here is compounded
death is.
from this first strike.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
So I wouldn't fully strike him out just yet.
Okay, got it. All right. So then we're not going to strike him out yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Still in the game. So you're still
He's
confident in Syndra could still do stuff, yeah.
Well, let's see how he pulls it back up. Let's take a look at what he does with the wave here. So I like what he's doing. The Fury's got no TP, so him holding the wave right here means that these minions, especially with how the new minions waves interact, these minions will just die, and we just speed it up a little bit. I think he can last hit these minions way later because the more minions stay alive. Let's take a look what he's gonna do exactly on these minions right now when he's gonna hit them. So you see that these minions, they got like all of their HP
Yeah,
still available.
the one on the right wasn't getting hit by any minions either.
Yes.
So he could have left that one alive for some time.
So what happens is if you clear these minions this fast, what's going to happen is that a lot of damage actually gets reduced upon the next wave. And if you last hit these minions as late as possible, there's so much extra damage that happens upon your wave. And that's the difference between the Fury probably losing the entire wave versus losing only 3 minions. So let's take a look at how that exactly plays out. In this case, Nefiri is going for a play. Now imagine more minions being right here. She may just lose 2 or 3 extra creeps. Okay. Let's go a little bit back.
We got to
Yes,
figure out what the hell's going on here with bot. Let's figure out what's going on here, bot here, Tim. I know we love the Syndra here, but so we would expect Caitlyn to have a bit of a CS lead right now, but they're shoved in. So I guess Seraphine and Fiddlesticks need to realize, what are we doing here? Caitlyn's stuck on the wave, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just also not what you want to do when you have a champion like Caitlyn, right? You never want to drag her away from her lane. And like
you need a stuck in lane. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And Fiddle has 3 camps up anyways, right? The Drake is completely irrelevant to the outcome of this game.
Come on, Mr. Tier. All right, so Tier's getting strikes here. Is that even end of review level stuff, Pabu? What do you reckon?
I mean, on the sticks, like probably. Like I wouldn't look at a Fiddle game post this point, but then also, I think that it's pretty infrequent for this kind of thing to happen with all the Fiddlesticks plays. Like they're pretty strict about their reference points. They will stick very heavily to champ identity. So it's a bit unusual to see one of the homies on the sticks get into
Contesting
this
objectives
situation.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
at level 4.
Does Caitlyn take responsibility for that as well by saying, guys, please don't fight, like wait for me? I think Caitlyn should take some responsibility there as a strike. What do you guys think? Like Caitlyn, is it when I see a Caitlyn has to take control of the game. Don't pick Caitlyn, especially in competitive, if you're not taking control of the game. You can't just let your team run around like headless chickens like the Seraphine Fiddlesticks. What do you guys think?
I think it's a combination because both champs are champs that play zone control really well. Both champs need to be early in the fight, and if you're not early in the fight, good luck contesting. Good luck running into the enemies. What
do you mean both champs? Seraphine and
Caitlyn and Fiddle.
Caitlyn, Fiddle,
Okay.
but also Seraphine, everyone.
Yeah, true.
So once they're on the dragon and you're without resources playing up on bot here, indeed, I think anyone can make the call that this dragon is not the dragon that we want to play for. So
because every clan right now, yeah,
goes to everyone in my opinion.
All right, so half strikes for everyone then.
Besides top lane. Top lane's killing it.
Yeah. All right. There's a circle team that's annoying me on the minimap. Stop drawing on the minimap, team. I told you to stop drawing on the minimap. Stop drawing on the rip. Keep the strikes.
I gotta draw.
I think
gotta visualize.
I really respect what the Cassante was doing, by the way. He was kind of
we
getting
go back.
owned in lane, and he just complete sent it in the all-in to like, and just trades a bunch of resource here. He has a good buy compared to Ornn. Ornn has like negative items right now, and he gets like a well-executed trade, just sends the all-in, like flips the flash here as well. Just to trade flash and like fish for potential kill in better condition. This is so
he
close.
would gotten him if he walked forward actually.
Yeah. But like it's this was really good because his lane state was getting really, really tough the longer it went on.
I remember when I was playing top lane for the top lane academy, making those courses. Every single time I versed against this Cassante champ, they would just follow me at 6 and kill me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, he did it. Like he cracked
did
the
it.
code. Yeah.
So what do you think about this one? What could Ornn do besides just respect more?
Okay, this Bami Cinder item is completely fake. You do not need wave clear on, right?
Okay.
Like your champ one-shots the wave anyways, so you just buy stats. Like if you look at Cassante's inventory, he has 1.3k gold of like the most effective resists he can buy in the moment. And Ornn has like 1k gold in Bamis for like a fucking ruby crystal worth of health, right? So it's like it's 150 health, which is literally a ruby crystal.
Right.
So it's like you're just down 1k, you know? Like
Okay.
yeah, if you just stack some armor here, like if he comes out with like a I don't know, like a chain vest and like a ruby crystal, he's completely chilling. And yeah, Ornn doesn't need the wave clear and shouldn't feel so compelled to buy this kind of stuff. It's not necessary on the champ.
Okay. Makes sense.
80 Bami's item also sucks. Like Sunfire is terrible. The MR one's pretty good, but Sunfire Cape is really, really bad. So we want to avoid this item at all costs.
Do you think we should strike him for this?
It's not that bad. Like I would say it's just inefficient, but it's not like I don't think it's like egregious or anything.
It did cost him his lane.
Yeah, it's true. His lane is pretty like
his lane
now.
is completely over right now.
Yeah. Strike it up. Strike it up to me.
All right.
But not end of review.
No, not yet.
We'll look at some mid-game fights for the end of review. Some Ornn ults.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty interesting invade.
Lilia's getting aggressive here. Why was Lilia allowed to do this? How did he show? What's going on here?
She had to walk away.
Let's get some context here, Timmy. So we're invading with our Nefarian base. This really concerns me.
Yeah.
What's up with junglers here, Pabu? Why are we doing things on the map when our teams are basing? What's going on?
I'm not sure. But then also, I don't like... For me, invading just for camp lead is also really pointless. It's like your bot lane is getting blasted, like in lane. And so every time you walk bot with your ult up and your flash up, you can fix their like lane state because enemy AD no cleanse. Very easy to kill them in a 3v3. So
you think Lilia should be Q flash R, like just send it on bot, even though a lot of people would say, well, like Zeri Janna, how do I gank for that, Babu?
I mean, it's true, but enemy AD no cleanse. It's pretty easy to kill.
I see.
Yeah. And it's bad for AD to take cleanse in this game, I think, because it's only Lilia ult, so like it's pretty free to play into.
So this guy should reset
with your team.
into
Just
bot.
go bot. I mean, how much gold does he have? Press X, Tim. I don't. He can just run bot, right? How much gold does he have?
Yeah, I think I
750?
just right click golems, and then if I don't
Yeah.
find something on bot,
It's
I
fine.
can hit my red into my raptor spawn, and then I can be around mid. That's
a
pretty cool.
that's a false fallacy, Tim. You don't have to always recall. You can literally run from one side of the map to the other. It's actually quicker. Like recall
It's
is
a
8
decent chunk
seconds,
quicker, yeah.
and 20 seconds to run from there to there. You can just run there. It's like half the time, honestly.
Right. Okay.
People always think it's like I have to be on one side, I have to recall to get to the other side. No, you can just sprint it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
there's no. I doesn't. Yeah, this. I'm really angry at this invade
So-
by Riz.
I am
Half
not
a strike
angry
to-
at this Lilia.
You're not
Actually.
angry, Lilia. Come on, Tim.
I am
What are you
angry
doing?
at the Nefiri here.
Nefiri,
Because
I
I see this shit every time in my reviews, right?
Wow. Okay.
Where they just let their jungle do this. Like the fact that he's not
Yes,
screaming at the
yes.
top of their lungs.
yes.
That
That's Syndrome's
preventing
move.
this shit from
Yeah, yeah.
happening while he's
Strike 'em both.
resetting, right?
Strike them both, Tim. They both get strikes.
All right.
It's like,
We're
what are we
sacking him,
doing? Because yeah, Nefiri's Andrew, right, Tim?
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Andrew should be saying, "I will carry you guys this game. Let me carry.
Yeah.
I'm playing Nefiri on 1-0. Just
Play on
give me
my
the
turn."
ball and get the fuck out of the way. You know, like
Exactly.
stop
Yeah.
trying to ruin the game. Yeah, so it's his responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no excuse. This is in-houses with comms. Where's the
Yeah.
excuse? This isn't so
It's
solo
true.
queue.
It's true.
Nah, it's crazy. You should have no clue how often I see this stuff in my reviews or questions. Like we're just complete lull state. You have full capacity to think.
Yeah,
but there's
nothing.
actually what
Yeah,
you're
suppose he's
killing.
doing looking at shop or some shit.
Yeah.
Planning,
love
planning,
it.
planning out the base.
It's just
Yeah.
amazing.
I think it's
like
really
this. Mm.
It'd be really easy to play as well because like Nefiri Lilia has such good function into enemy bot lane. Like they have very little counterplay against your champions. If you get on the mid wave, push it, and walk into bot side, you can really like stabilize the game. I understand Lilia wants to play for this objective, but it's so I don't know.
I mean, Jana's even committed to the roam a little bit, and Seraphine, but
I
should
think there's a-
Seraphine have roam to this, or should
Go back,
Seraphine,
go back,
should
go
they
back,
just
go
keep
back, go back,
hammering
go back.
bot?
I think
Let's-
there's some
let's see what the
issues with what
drops.
Caitlyn is doing.
Okay.
So look here, they force base, right? On enemy bot lane.
Yep.
And unless you're going to recall and open to grubs here, you should probably not base here. Because their base was awful. Like really awful. Caitlyn goes back and buys a crit cloak. Like, just stay.
Mm.
Oh, so they should keep hammering this tower.
Yeah, she bases for crit cloak, and they should just keep pinning Zeri here. And then Janna would not feel so able to move topside, and
I
then like
see.
I don't know. But
Uh.
like yeah, if Caitlyn's not going to swap and Cassandra is already basing to go bot here and she can just start slamming top tower, then I think that you should just stay if your base is 600 gold. Like
Yep.
Fiddlesticks also had no ult, so I don't think they can really contest that Herald. So
Yeah.
they should just commit to the bot player, right? Just keep hammering
Yeah.
bot. And Caitlyn likes that, right? Just keep hammering bot.
She's very happy. Ah, that was close. Seraphine missed this, but it was a good fish. Janna no flash.
So what's the win condition for red side and blue side here, guys?
Well,
I mean, it's tough, no? Like
Yeah.
it's looking tough for blue if mid doesn't like really 1v9 map state. Because I'd say Ornn is super good into enemy champs and helps everyone else function, but if he's getting owned in lane and just pushed in the entire game, it's hard for him to move.
I actually think it's the opposite. I actually think that it's looking tough for red side.
Yeah.
Because
Isn't
red
Nefiri
side's
so
got-
good into their comp?
Who?
Nefiri.
Yeah.
Red side's got no engage, so who's going to deal with Nefiri on side?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Free kills everywhere. I feel like Nefiri can just kill everyone this game, except for
Yeah.
Cassante.
And
Yeah.
I think the only win condition that red side has with their comp is if they're early on an objective fight, if they set it up, they can get a nice position where Seraphine doesn't get killed by anyone. And they can either go for a very extended fight or get a good Fiddlesticks ult. This is this classic control mage, control areas fight style that red needs. And if it doesn't go 10 out of 10 perfect, they'll just lose.
But
It's
isn't
true.
Zeri Jana useless into their comp?
Not with Ornn.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, because you have
I think so. Zeri is a bit of like it's a weird champion. It's not like conventional front to back. It's like she likes to send it a little bit, you know, like she really wants
against
to
range
go.
champions.
Yeah, she wants to be dashing forwards. So when Ornn is in the group, she's actually like okay playing against these champions. When Ornn is not in the group, she's suffering pretty hard.
All right,
Let's
so
see
then
what's
Tim,
happening on top
if you think it's blue team, Tim, then you should look at blue team's vision. Let's see how they can close out the game. Let's look at blue team's vision. Let's start getting specific what we're looking at here. So press F1.
I mean, now?
Yeah, now, yeah. F1 it up.
All right, we take the
F1.
blue team perspective.
Yeah,
F1.
F1. Yeah, that's so blue team vision. There
That's
we
new.
go.
We learn so
There
much.
you go,
today
Tim.
about this kind of thing here. And F2 is red. Wow.
Yes, yes.
Jeez, okay.
Because we
You-
can't
you-
have map god state, you know. Otherwise, we're just armchair analysts. You know what I mean, Tim? Let's get you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got ourselves the grubbies already. I think the dragon's also spawning soon, but I don't think it's showing.
It's underneath
because my
it. Yeah,
minimap's
the minimap's too big. Yeah.
too big. So we got dragon spawning real soon. Very simply put, right? The team that's here that's going to have the area control, the team that's going to be first, is going to be the one that's going to be able to guarantee this dragon and secure it. Now, one thing that we see is that bot lane, right, is getting permanently shoved in. So already it's going to be quite tricky for blue to contest this dragon because of the bot lane matchup and lane state. Now, if they still can get vision and get information for understanding if the enemies are going to do it, that's great, especially if they can spot fiddlesticks, because that can potentially unlock the top side. But I think that the most important thing to do is just be flexible, set up vision, and try to look for a mistake for the enemies. What would you do here,
Yeah.
Pablo?
I mean, if you see this banana bush behind Drake, like this curvy one, yeah.
Yes.
If they get this bush, then it's very easy for them to walk from mid down. So even if enemy bot has push, it's Caitlyn Seraphine at the end of the day, and like Nefiri Lilia is not unhappy walking into this. As long as they see the banana bush, they can start walking down river and threatening. So it's like Zeri catches her wave and then she can walk up and like dash the wall and they can fight into the bot lane. But if they don't have this, then it's pretty, like, I don't know. It's really hard for Syndra to play, right? Syndra Fiddle is not very happy being on mid wave. So if blue can grab mid wave and then like hold this space a little bit, it's really tricky for like Caitlyn Seraphine to walk up and push them out. They can die easily. They don't have good lockdown to threaten them. I'd say it's probably advantage for red going into this Drake setup, but it's also not easy by any means. It's like,
Okay.
there's a lot of ways it can break.
And that's up to Nefiri Pablo, you're basically saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Nefiri
Nefiri's
Lilia.
pressure, because Syndra can't walk in here.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm really curious to see the Caitlyn here. I want the Caitlyn should be
what do you
taking
think
control
about
of red
this ward
side.
then? Do you think this ward should go in here?
I think it's okay. I mean, ideally one of them dumps a pink in that bush. I think without a pink, it's not very useful, because then like if they can see you as well walking down, it's very easy for them to not grief. So it's more about having this bush controlled rather than just being able to see into it.
Okay. Makes sense. So, you wanted to look at Caitlyn, Nathan?
Yeah, they're in the driver's seat here, right? This is where the pressure is. So
Yep.
let's see what they do.
That was heavy.
It's tough. It's
All
tough.
right, back to red team's vision. Back to red team's vision here, Tim. Red team's more interesting to me right now. Where's Fiddlesticks? I want to know where Fiddlesticks is. I feel like Fiddlesticks should be bot. What do you reckon, Pabu?
I'd be very happy to eat this camp base and just sprint up bot.
Yes, I think so as well. Let's just dive bot, finish off this bot tower, play dragon. Let's go. Let's pull the trigger. You got a hard pressure bot lane. This is a classic jungler just not playing around. Playing around a win in bot is one of the easiest things to do in League of Legends. It's
also just the best in general. Even if you're top, like Cassante is doing really good here, right?
Yeah.
But your bot lane is also slamming the game, and then like, I don't know, your AD goes mid at like 15 minutes, right? And they drive the game from mid. So even if Cassante is strong, it's like most of your game is played with your core, like with your AD. So putting advantage into him is just all right. He slams.
Okay, we got distracted a little bit. Okay, but we are going bot. Thank God. Oh my God. Thank God. All right.
Yeah, it took a bit of time, but he's opening to where he needs to be.
All right.
He should not. I feel like starting this Drake is really illegal though. You want to.
Does bot need another wave? I think we did.
Yeah. You really want to pin enemy team to this. Hey, it kind of works.
Yeah, it sort of works out, but yeah, I agree. It's not the best. All right. Should be easy. Let's just break bots out, and Caitlyn should just be unleashed on the map, right? Like after this.
Yeah, you can just push out. You can just like reopen to top. She has no condition as well.
I'm really curious to see what happens next here. All right, this is where macro is going to come in.
Oh, wait, it's fighting time. Okay. Okay, he's kind of cooking.
Okay.
It's the Riz side.
Wait, what was the Syndra again? What is
we're gonna end someone's review over
Oh
here.
my God.
Oh no. Wait, he's like 100-0 there. What happened?
So first of all, Nefiri spiking. She's on Eclipse.
Yeah.
She's up CS. Right. It's not random that this happens. Let's put it like that. Now we do some decent movement. The dodge out on the Qs. That we found the issue. I think we found the issue already right here.
What's going on?
Nathan, remember the Cinder episode we did?
Is the E? What happens? Was the E bad or something? What was the
Take
E?
a look at it. Let's speed it up a bit.
Don't tell me E's and walks up.
Yeah. He blows the entire wave and then gets sucked into the cannon.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Nah,
Get out of here. You don't walk up here. All right, Syndra, get up. Syndra, off my screen. See you later.
So,
That is end of review right there.
to be fair, this was also from a micro sense very well played by Andrew. Like it was like pretty clean in terms of the execution there. There's no real complaints from me. Like it was pretty nice.
So let's go back to this Syndra, right? What should she do right here? Well, there's a very important concept that I teach the Syndra players and in the later part of the lane. Whenever you get your Q upgrade, there's things you can do to your ball placement in the lane that prevent stuff like this from ever happening. Because if you just have a ball right here, it's a really big ball, but if you just have a ball right there, what happens is that this entire place is basically blocked off from Naafiri being able to do anything. So what you can do is you can then dance the tango with Naafiri and prevent her from engaging with just having that ball down, giving you full lane control because they're scared of getting stunned. Then you can clear the wave, and at the end of the wave, you can then QE when the wave's entirely dead. And then you can still trade up on the Naafiri because you got 1 ball plus 2 balls. Now let's take a look at the angle that you're actually taking of potential stun placement. So it's really hard for them to dodge. You can clear the wave, stun them, nuke them, and then back off because you don't have to walk up for anything else.
Yeah, it's very natural here. She has a ward bot side as well. So like leaning down with a ball in the wave would like cut Naafiri out pretty hard from touching the wave.
That's right.
All right. I don't care about Syndra the rest of this game here, Tim. See you later. I want to see Caitlyn, Seraphine, and Fiddlesticks take over this game. And obviously, mid-Dine was not ideal. By the way, Koga's Emerald, right? I swear to God, this Caitlyn does not feel like Emerald 2. Lowest elo player in this game. What do you think?
He's doing good. He's doing quite good.
This is quite good.
Yeah. This side... Oh, do we have Cassante TP?
Shit. What do we do here? What's going on here?
Usually, Kate should just open top and Cassante should TP bot.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
You keep your Caitlyn tempo high, like, and then just use your top laner to...
Okay! This guy's playing macro! He's 5 stats. Where are we going?
Oh!
This isn't the worst because people think that AD should go mid, but I think specifically on Caitlyn, you should sit inside for a bit longer.
Yeah, because killing side towers are really easy to do, right? Like it's a unique AD carry in that sense. I agree. Caitlyn's in the side feel way easier, and especially from Fiddlestick's perspective, dive in sides is way easier than mid. Well.
Fiddle also wants to full clear into what it's doing.
Yeah,
right? So being able to full clear into ending on Caitlyn lane is very comfortable.
Yeah, so not the worst, but again, I think accelerate. Yeah. Yeah, wow. I agree.
He had the right ID. Koga should voice up a little bit more. He had the right ID.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
He did the right click top coming out of base, but
because imagine if Zeri Janna match top side, like they're just dead to fiddle, like they're just free dive, but it's hard to dive these guys mid.
Yeah, I mean Caitlyn's so strong coming off of first tower, but she can't step. Like enemy team has just brought the homies to mid, and they don't get that much power. Damn, that was a lot of damage.
Yeah,
they don't get that much power even when they get it, you know.
We see some problems happening here. This entire sequence here.
You're joking me. Zach out of control again.
Must be the first game of the day for him.
I mean, I also think that Kate Seraphine should move into top river out of base here to bridge Syndra.
So they need to help Syndra, probably, you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Control top side.
You just want to take
top side control because top tower is the next objective in your eyes, right?
Yeah, and then also your mage just needs this, right? Like your Cassante is gonna right click up the lane, no care in the world, but your Syndra is very vulnerable, so she needs wards down to play the game.
Exactly. We need to get topside vision control. Now we spot the Lilia ball right here, coming from this spot, so they should be free to move over in here and try to get some vision. Matter of fact, if they even don't feel comfortable enough to do it, should we call jungle to help us with getting vision control? Right?
I mean, you could even call mid. Like, coming out of base here, like, a lot of these situations get really awkward when you open straight to side, and enemy team is in the space first, and then, like, trying to retake can be hard. You can just force it by, as a mid laner, if you need the wards, literally just opening mid out of base, making sure you get pushed, walking up with the boys, dropping all your wards. It takes an extra 20 seconds, but you get everything down instantly. Then you can play the game. So it's often -1 wave, but it can make it like way easier for you to play way faster.
But Fiddlesticks Tim should definitely be full clearing his camps here. We have to wait for another wave. We're not helping mid get vision right now. Let's just clear our camps.
Then if this is the case, then Syndra should just be chilling.
Yes, exactly right.
Tower.
Look at Cassante, by the way. Cassante push bot, moves to mid. They can walk up on mid, and then after mid, they can walk up to Syndra. They're fighting here. Syndra's just right-clicking down. Yeah, Syndra's job is to do nothing. Is to accept.
Another thing that really stands out to me is that I think that there's no clear play. Like, what are we playing for? I don't see anything from red side in the sense of we're playing top turret or we're playing top side vision control. They have no clear objective of where they
Fiddle's
want to be
not with
playing.
them. No one's like together. No one's on the same page. Everyone's sort of like Cassandra's like, oh, I have a move. I'm just going to go do something mid. There's no call here at all from anyone. Yeah.
I don't think it's the worst if Syndra just sits under top tower, because then Cassandra's on this mid. Fiddle has spent all his money. He's on this mid. We take this mid. We walk up. It's slow and it's not as fast as you would like the game to be when you have like this big AD lead. But it's like, it would be acceptable, you know? It would not be like end of the world. It would progress the game. But it ended up breaking.
Okay, so we see some big problems happening here. Cassante TP top. We lost
Now
complete
he's just
top side
stuck top.
control. Yeah, we lost complete top side control.
We're back to the normal lanes, guys. Oh, never mind Syndra's bot, I mean.
Syndra's going to bot. So this death, right, really murdered tempo. It murdered tempo. As well with the fiddlesticks reset while the rest was playing. Tempo is completely desynced. And on red side, it's very hard to now get control because fully under threat everywhere. It does look like they're sending it right here with the iityrii having Ignite and Syndra having TP. So let's zoom out and go back to blue side. So how did this entire sequence now...
Yeah, what is Lilia doing? Because Lilia is really far behind the game. Her tempo is really terrible.
Press O and press X, Tim. What's her inventory? What's her goal? What's going on? She's not really basing for anything here. 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I mean, this bot wave that iityrii is pushing in now, she needs to be on. Like here,
dive in bot.
Yeah. This is free bot kill. This is 100% free bot kill.
Okay, so she just literally killed the Syndra.
Yeah,
Syndra is dead.
You know Cassante's top, so Syndra only has one place to go to. It's obviously bot, so just dive.
Cassante TP's top, it's just bot tower.
It's insta-dead, yeah. Syndra's insta-dead.
I think bot tower is good, yeah.
Yeah, like, what's the leader in mid? Like, what are we trying to achieve here? I guess maybe we're saying, oh, I'm here to get control for the Herald, but we need to avoid Cassante like the plague, and we're not doing that. So, yeah, I agree.
We also on-ulted Lilia ulted, right? So
yeah, with no ults. Yeah, what are we doing?
We should just be on next bot wave.
Mamma mia. Let's... Oh, I'm close to ending reviewing of this side here. I mean, it's a missed opportunity. All right, yeah, we have to have high standards. This is high elo, right? So see you later.
This is minus like a lot of gold for the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like bot is very free, and then bot, like, the thing is, it's not just this kill or this tower. It's iityrii kill tower like wave out tempo into top side. Like it's the game for the next 3 minutes is completely sacked by not hitting this bot wave. Okay, someone's pinging for this bot wave. I think Andrew's had enough. He wants to get it going.
One thing I see, especially in these games, and I see this a lot with like high diamond, low master players in my review session as well, is they're good at the game. They understand how the game works, and they're good at controlling their character, but they're very slow. Very slow.
Yeah, it's like watching the game in slow motion, correct?
Complete slow motion.
Oh my god, what's going on here?
That's right.
Yes, I agree, Tim. That's a very good way to say it. I feel like I'm watching the game in like it's like a picture book, or what's the frame thing? Frame animation. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, like stop motion, you know?
Stop motion. Yeah, that's right.
That's true. And the reality is, if you're matching up against someone who is that fast and who does prepare stuff that a minute or two in advance, what you will find is that you're just going to get out-tempoed completely.
You have no options. You have zero options. You can't play the game. You're just stuck on with zero vision, stuck on the towers.
That's right.
All right, Caitlyn. This Caitlyn is still hitting towers. We're getting towers. At least we herald mid tower, I guess.
Yeah, they do a really good job here.
All right, back to red vision. I'm still really curious to see. I mean, Zach has just absolutely ruined this game a million times, but that's enough. So yeah, I still feel like red team's in the driver's seat, or do you think the Furies is too much of a problem in this game?
Boy, this is a mega combo.
Holy moly!
We get the full bot sums and still get the kill for no sums is crazy.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
that's not bad.
Okay, Dragons next. What we do about it, Pabu? The red side.
Well, I mean, after this is I'd probably just right click top tower as red team. Like Drake is whatever. We're gonna have good tempo for it because we just killed. So like, if they want to play into Drake, then we can for sure progress topside, and we just spent all our cooldowns. Like without Lilia ult, Seraphine ult, sorry, without Fiddle ult, Seraphine ult, we don't want to play. Yeah, Cassandra's opening to this. This is a bit brave. I'm not a big fan of this. Just get gold.
I'm going to see what Oran's going to do.
I mean, Orn is chilling. No, doesn't he just right-click top until he has to TP? Like, is he moving?
My god, this is the number one mistake I see every single time. All these mid laners don't understand that this is where they can break the game here.
Yeah. And enemy team is stuck. Either they lose tier 2 or like they start pick straight away and they're in bad spot. They get TP. Oh no.
No way, we poured here.
Oh, mamma mia.
Vanguards.
Andrew.
No, it's Vanguards here.
Oh, Vanguards.
I mean, Andrew has run it as well at the opening of the fight.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing?
So,
oh no.
I want to before we go into the Andrew, I really want to highlight this because this is so important. I see all the mid laners that are like master and not grandmaster. This is literally 200 LP of your mid game right here.
Yeah, if you just scream at your team to give this Drake and eat the tier 2, like
our lane opponent without teleport is right here. The other guy is right here. So who is responding to this? Just play with the mindset. Crash as deep as possible, force them to respond to you, play on your terms. There's no reason to play this right now. You just want to play fights on your terms. You can break the game with pressure. You can deny them 150 gold of this wave. You can get this extra wave for 120 gold. And then the next wave will probably crash as well. We're talking 1500 gold if we just stay top and get the top turret here. Difference. That's game breaking. Even for a tank.
I mean, it's a pretty good Ornn game. Enemy team doesn't have a whole lot of DPS for you.
Yep. So, bit of compensation from Andrew. Andrew is losing it here. And
yeah, he doesn't have his friends. He can't hold this space. I think it's good to poke them on the way in, but you just need to be more respectful here. Like, he's very, very aggressive in this moment when it's not possible.
And that's what Fiddlesticks does as well. Just CCs.
Yeah. He should take some... I like being there to throw Q. I think the E forwards is just really illegal.
Good fighting here from red side. Very nice CC chain. Wow.
Boy.
That was nasty. Ooh, that was incredible ability usage.
The Cassante player is kind of the GOAT now. He's been kind of clean with it.
This guy's been really clean with it. He's been playing well, this Cassante.
Yeah.
Nice. So, anything that we need to highlight about Damman and Umai? I think they've been of the
Are they just victims? Are they just victims in this game?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, they just picked like a terrible, like they just blind picked like terrible laners, and then when they were in a position to fight post 6, it's like their mid jungle never walked down river to support them. So, like maybe they could have played, especially since Ornn was losing lane. Maybe they should have swapped out at some point, like much earlier. Like there are a lot of bases where Caitlyn just reopened bot, and Zeri could just base walk top, and Ornn can base TP bot, and Ornn can get some tempo in the game by TPing before enemy AD is there, blow some waves, and then he has ult for the next ones. Like maybe just like not headbutting this like losing situation over and over again, trying to find a way out of it could have been good. But outside of like potentially maybe swapping, which is something they might not like know how to do super well, I think for the most part it's been fine from Zeri. Just tough.
Yeah. Important little state right here. Very, very important little state. Opening up from base. Next objective, Atacon top side. Lane assignments. All right. This is the perfect time to fix them up, in my opinion. What do you think lane assignments should be here from blue side?
Oh, I need the scoreboard again, Tim.
Oh, huh? There we go.
And items. All right.
I mean,
wow, Zeri's 2 items.
Neither of them has TP. I think that it depends who you care about more. Neferi is strong, right? So usually you'd want to have Neferi on the side that you're ending on, which is top side. But also in general, instead of like, I see this a lot as well, where people just right click out into 3 lanes. I think you can make the game much faster if like the guy who's on the side you're playing into comes out through mid and takes the space with you, so that you don't die on the way in. Like I would prefer it to be Neferi here, but even on here, like right clicking top as on does nothing. If he goes mid, pushes this mid wave, and then everyone just walks up and drops their control instantly, it's so fast and so good. Like if opening 3 lanes is like, it's like you're begging to die at some point.
Yeah, someone's gonna get caught and died.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You gotta retake control. And the solution of retaking control It's just sacrificing a little bit of tempo, a little bit of a few minions, open
Yep.
up mid, push the mid lane wave, force them to respond, and because they're responding, you now have access into the river and can place vision.
Yep. Yeah, it's very free. You just stick them on the mid tower and you can move.
So deployments is something that we also see. Like, this is just the general observations over my past year of improving and coaching mid game. Is that a lot of players just don't understand that deploying mid is an option if someone else is already there. It just doesn't go through their brain. And also sometimes just pushing out that extra side lane wave and fully recognizing where everyone is on the map leads to a lot of mid-game inefficiencies. These two key things is the difference maker between so much LP in Master.
Can you go back and look at Neferi?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at Neferi with this wave. I really don't like this. So I don't mind the fish for the kill, but I think you should be catching this wave super high and shifting to topside ASAP. I think
Going
that
to mid, getting pressure. Yeah, I'll be running mid here, right? Like, Syndra's already out of the game. Who cares about Syndra, right? Like, just.
But even this, I don't mind. But just go grab the wave. Okay. But like now, this wave it goes all the way, to like halfway down the river. Yeah.
So, is the Furies just the mindset's wrong here? We're just playing for kills, not waves and pressure.
It's just like they don't know that this is the next play. Topside's important.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He doesn't feel the urgency to get bot, so he's just fishing a little bit, right? But it's not it doesn't contribute to the game very much.
So once you can't fish with, like, smack the wave now, smack the wave now, smack the wave now.
Pretty much,
playing for the kill. Oh god.
And then the wave it just runs into Narnia.
This is a mess. And now Syndra has a move somehow.
Yeah. But Syndra should be pinned.
Yeah, she should be pinned.
All right.
She sort of is pinned.
So should not Lilia clear to topside or somewhere if possible, if she wants to get topside vision control? What should she do
Well,
here?
you can't really get topside vision
you just
control.
wait. I think you wait for Neferi, and then you're just on Neferi.
Yeah.
As long as Neferi's there, you can still. So here, this is Neferi wave, right? You should be mid.
I want to look at red team, Tim. I don't care about blue team. I want to see her red. I want to see Caitlyn close out this game with Fiddlesticks. I would be so confident if I'm Fiddlesticks in this game right now. Like, you just hover, Caitlyn, Sorofin, you get insane pressure. The blue team can't do anything. They can't do shit. Lily can't walk anywhere.
Cassante's been 1v9 in this sequence as well, just slamming bots.
Yeah,
slamming
and
top, walking
as
down.
well.
Yeah.
It should be so free for red team.
Yeah.
Do you like the Zhonya second, by the way, Pabu? I'm anti Zhonya second.
I think it's pretty terrible on Fiddlesticks. You just have to kill people. Like,
look at that comp. What are you Zhonya's in as well, by the way?
I don't know. Like, the thing is, on Fiddle, it's like, even if you stopwatch, like, you come out of stopwatch, like, stopwatch is good on champions that have, like, another round coming out of it, right?
Yeah.
But then you stopwatch on Fiddle, and it's like, what are you clicking? Like,
and you're standing still, and you're already in ult, so, like, you're not moving, you know?
Yeah. I don't think it's good. We've been doing some maths in the Fiddlesticks Discord recently, and it looks like Shadow Flame on 1 is optimal.
Wow.
Yep. So it looks like pretty much like Shadow Flame into Death Cap, or if the belt is really good in the game, Shadow Flame into Proto Belt.
Now this is a very interesting one. This is also a classic sequence.
I don't think we needed to get into this situation, right? Like,
we
had so much control.
So if you're prepared for this, I think it can be okay.
Let's go all the way back here, because this is what they do here. I see the thought process. Like, the thought process, I like it. I think that starting the Atacam is too flippy, but playing topside and forcing the enemies to come into them is absolutely the right call.
Yeah.
Now, what should they do instead?
Be patient.
No, I think just being patient is not good enough. I think they need to level up their vision. So what they do right here is they're setting up vision right now. They're putting their first initial line of vision. They need to get deeper vision. They need to block out enemy vision. Push.
Everyone needs to recall off a wave. Seraphine needs to refresh her wards and come back on the map for another round.
Exactly. Get deeper vision, and then use the Atakan as a magnet. But instead of actually committing to it, let your Fiddlestick stay right here, or wherever the enemies are running into.
Yeah, I mean, they have Syndra stun, Fiddle ult, Kate traps. Like, there's a lot of
so easy. You can't.
It's really tough to walk in versus this.
If I'm ever in a situation where I'm fighting Atakan in this position with a Caitlyn Fiddlesticks, it's end of review. Like, why are we in this situation?
Yeah. Even then as well, when they do this, they play it really poorly. Like, this bush on the right side is super important to hold so that they have space to play, but they lose all their space here, right? Like, if we just watch this scenario, like, I don't know, man. Like, Andrew does a really good job playing this angle. Like, he goes and dashes the wall, and then Zeri has this wall dash as well. Like, if they don't hold this bush, it's, like, really tough because everyone just gets into melee range. I don't know. It's kind of tricky. Like,
it's a slaughter.
As it sticks on the objective. Sticks hates being on the objective. Like Fiddlesticks
Yeah.
hates being in
He
this
hates
position.
this is really
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Big ult by Ornn as well. It's just a slaughter. Just complete annihilation. Wow.
Whoa.
That's definitely not worth it. It's a full ace, actually.
Yeah.
All right, striking out Fiddle, Caitlyn, and Seraphine. They had full control of this entire situation, and they did not do it properly.
No, Cassandra's okay.
He deserves to strike for this one as well.
Strike it up.
This is a full team effort.
Okay,
Fiddlesticks is getting
one more for the sticks. One more for the sticks.
Yeah, Fiddlesticks is done.
Oh wait, Fiddlesticks is getting away with this one.
Not play the champ identity. We're stuck on an objective, like just looking at it, you know.
So a big team is the term control. The lull states, what we see is it's too slow. They don't play for control, they play for kills. And the term of understanding and how to get control, prio, vision, prio, is completely not available right here. And that's understandable, right? I don't blame them for it as well. That's something that you learn, especially if you're going to be playing a lot of competitive. So if that's never been really taught to you...
Yeah, it's a pretty high-level concept.
Exactly. It's pretty hard to learn that stuff. So now I think we should switch to blue side. How are they going to close the game out?
How do they close out the game now? Yeah.
The entire game is just waiting on the Fury wave because she has no TP. So you just wait for the Fury to push and then move to where you need her to be. What's it? 21 minutes. There's not so much to progress. I guess you have next Drake, but like, I don't know.
Yep.
I think. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, it's next Drake, but Ornn has tempo on this as well. This should be very easy. Like Ornn just pushes top, is on next mid, and then they just hold bot side forever.
Yep. What I want to see from the Fury right now is I want to nuke this wave, go to mid, link up, get this mid side control right here. I want to see it beeline towards mid lane here.
Yeah. Syndra's on bot. They should be way more aggressive. Lily is stepping. I think. Oh no, we're not stepping. Syndra has the same tempo now. We're too slow. Oh, we get the mid wave though. It's okay. Just need to respect walking into Syndra now. It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, Syndra has in this bush here. Syndra has for sure. Yeah, that's what I thought. Syndra has that bush. Look at that. Yeah, that's a complete failure from the Neferi.
They're not waiting for Neferi, right? Like this is Neferi needs to be calling this.
I mean, yeah, it's everyone's responsibility here, I feel. When Neferi had Syndra on bot wave, everyone needed to step really hard because even if they take a shit fight, it's going to be good because they're +1 numbers. And then when Syndra has time to move over again, you need to push mid, wait for people to get stuck under mid, and then you can take the space as 4.
That's right.
But so like, yeah. Neferi slams this wave, no one's fast enough to get into this space because we can get into this space when Syndra's showing on bot.
So look at what happens right now. We're going to zoom out, not zoom in. We're going to zoom out. So Syndra is responding right here. This next mid lane wave is the most important wave in the game right now. If we force them to respond on this wave, we get full control right here, which is what we need.
If you want to see the error that makes this really tricky, is Neferi sweeps his bush. This ward doesn't matter. It also delays his timer. The Seraphine here should be dying right now.
Yes.
You need to be
why are we
taking this
walking?
really fast.
Yeah. Why are we so defensive? Neferi, like Syndra just showed on bot wave. Let's go. Let's pull the trigger. Let's get aggressive here.
Very aggressive moment.
We should be able to take complete control right here into mid lane wave push. That means that the enemies need to force respond to this wave. Plus they lost all control right here, which means that Dragon's uncontestable.
Yep, and then we walk back down with Neferi and everybody. We put some more walls and we get our next bot wave and we hold this space.
Exactly.
Yep. So Andrew is not taking control of this game, and Ida was scared for no reason.
Another big concept I see the higher elo players struggle with is shifting pressure. Once again, control and pressure, they're not thinking in terms of control and pressure. They're thinking in terms of kills. That's going in their mind.
Yeah.
Wow. Game changer.
This has been another throwback of, it's back to red team here, Tim. Let's go back to the red team. We're just throwing. It's just like throwing one and then catch and then throwing the next one.
Hey, yo.
Oh, Jesus.
No coping.
Andrew.
So it's really fine. Look, if things go poorly, it sucks. But often when things go poorly, enemy team has to hit objective afterwards. And if they hit objective afterwards, they're down tempo for next play. So just smash your waves, spend your money, keep your tempo, play the game again afterwards. You can try to use that window that they're going to have to use, pushing out their waves, hitting the Drake, like all these kind of things to try and play the game again. But just like resending it is just like the chain int never pays off.
Yeah.
It never pays off.
Yeah.
The best thing to do, imagine if we use this entire sequence as blue side right here to get top side vision control setting up for Baron. And then
Yeah.
a champion like Caitlyn, Syndra, Seraphine, and Fiddlesticks have to walk in your already placed vision. And Naafiri is hiding in the bush or in the sand towards bot lane to make sure that the lane assignments are properly set up. What's happening then is that it's so hard for red side to get control back, and you stall out the game as well.
Yeah, so Naafiri, like when Naafiri's homies died, if just smashed one bot wave based, open out to top side, get top and mid wave all the way out, and then sat in top side, you could fish for something.
All right, back to red team, Tim. Let's red team. All right, see how they close out the game here.
Well, let's...
He's overplaying really hard.
Yeah.
Baron's the next objective here.
Map state calibration here. This is where we see it.
So what we should see here is theoretically topside control, but K'Sante is hitting this tower. Look at the map state. I think K'Sante's getting an ender reviewed here. This angers me.
Red's out.
Man, I'm upset. He was my favorite in this game. He was doing so
good.
He was doing great.
I was thinking about him as maybe a potential MVP here, but...
We're running out of candidates.
Yeah, I'm really struggling here for MVP.
Now, I love what Red Side's doing here. They're actually not resetting, even though they're down tempo after the play, but they're actually sending it up on bot, recognizing that everyone's sending it up on the Akshan.
Yeah. This was pretty clean. And now it gives them freedom into topside for quite some time.
Now, I do think that the K'Sante could have played it better, but now I think about it, it wasn't a terrible death. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I guess but it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary.
Outcome was good. Whether that should have happened, we're not super sure.
That's right.
But,
okay. Very important. This is so important, this sequence right here. I want to see clean lane assignments. Control towards top side. Mm-hmm. I want to see vision control. We need vision control, especially with this Naafiri upon bot right here. Oh. We gotta get it done.
Okay, Syndra's out through mid. Let's see. Oh, we haven't even pushed, my friends.
Bit slow. You see this? You see that this is just slow as fuck.
Slow, so slow, yeah.
Right? It's just almost indecisive.
If Syndra just smashes this mid wave, walks up with the homies, like you can drop this wave if it means that you place your wards down so you can actually play the game. But even then, if K'Sante comes to the group here, it's like kind of okay. It's one wave slow, but it's like fine. K'Sante's in the group. We get on the mid wave. Syndra walks us in. Hey, this is pretty good. If Syndra gets up to top wave now, if Syndra's on this top wave in like 5 seconds instead of being here, this will be perfect. But this is not even bad. We put so much control down. I'm pretty happy with this.
Yep. It's not bad. I like what the idea was. Prio, vision, prio. We got the vision set up right now. Make sure we get the priority. Ooh, there we go.
If the ARAM
Fiddlesticks go for a really good ult here. Where's Fiddle? What's Fiddle doing?
It's tricky. You need to let them in a bit further. Trying to ult them up mid is a bit tough. You want them to come into you a bit more. So it needs to be like,
This is brutal.
Blue team is Giga Chad here. No, this was really smart.
Very smart.
Yeah.
So they've sacked their topside controller, just sprinted it down mid.
Yeah, Caitlyn everyone needs to come back to mid and just like stare at them.
Why is this happening?
So
I mean, I think Fiddlesticks gone too far. Fiddlesticks gone too far here, I feel like.
Yeah.
So first of all, when it comes to team fighting, what you want to do is you want to have positions in which that not everyone is on the same on the same position, that they're too close to each other. You want to spread out a little bit more. Not only is it going to give you that better position for fight, but it's also going to give you a better position for contesting areas and waves. We've got the control. Now, what I want to see is someone right here on the mid lane wave. I want to see someone next to them. I want to see someone in the bush. I want to see someone right there. And I want to see someone right here. This is the arc that we want to be playing right here. Keeps us complete control of the area while contesting mid lane wave. And then what happens is that if the enemies are contesting harder, we can always adapt. If the enemies are not contesting, we can always adapt. It keeps our options open and gives us in a very strong position of contesting space and potential fights.
Yeah, I mean, TLDR, why are we losing mid control when we have control of the game? Is that not just the issue here, Tim?
Yes, but also I think that we should use this top push indeed. We already have the vision right now. So take the mid lane control, but also the top lane control, because if we push this in, we force them to respond, we get more control again.
So who should be shoving that then?
Syndra.
Syndra.
Okay.
Yeah. We need this Cassante to create space up on mid. This Cassante needs to be up on the
He's just a
front.
beast. He should be.
Yeah. So
sprinting
even
down
if
there.
the other team does what they do here, where Zeri walks over, you can just do the same thing that Zeri's doing. And just
Yeah,
walk up
you
to
do
the
the
wave.
same thing. You just walk up to
Yeah.
the other one, and then you just neutral it, and then you can contest it, and then the next one you'll have control of.
Yeah. It's like if you mess it up, it's not the end of the world. Like just trade the waves and then play it the next one better. You know.
Yeah, really well played from Diamond.
Look at Fiddlesticks. Look at
Incredible.
Fiddlesticks. He's
he's
completely cut off.
No, I'm really impressed by Dan, man. Like he almost took full mid tower there.
Yeah.
He's he's very conscious of his space where he can play into, where his path is. Okay, so good.
Good positioning from the Fury though. Love what she did. Amazing Lilia ball there.
Zonya's
Into
just,
the Orna.
I think Fiddlesticks just accidentally clicked Zonya's.
Oh, it's nasty. Yeah, you can't stop watching Lilia. Ult doesn't do anything. You still get slept, and then like you come out, and it's a very similar outcome. So you should never stop watch the Lilia ult generally.
Wow, brutal. I have to comment on these Vanguards Orn ults. They have been incredible. Like he's seen the angles every time.
Oh, he's a little bit slow on this, but in terms of timing it, yeah, I think it's a little bit slow, but it's pretty good. It's
So
hard to
how's
complain
Fiddlesticks
about.
getting hit by Lilia? Like, can we just? I'm gonna look at Fiddlesticks here. I'm really confused.
Oh,
The ball.
It's got good E over the wall.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, you should have get slept. You're basically getting slept anyway. There's no reason to ult that, and then yeah.
just stopwatch it, yeah.
What a game.
I think this is where game's over. You lose the Baron.
Lose
Into the
Baron.
Zeri 3 items here.
Like, okay, look, are we looking at the Danman MVP then? Because he was like getting owned in lane the entire game, and then when it comes into the mid game, he just took complete control on mid wave, forced the enemy team out of their control, and set them up for like the fight that ends the game.
Yep, for sure. Damn man.
All right,
MVP.
so let's write these down here. So first one, MVP, Danman, Tim.
Yeah. I mean, look, hey, we're not done, to be honest. Though it's
You don't think the game's done? Like it should
it
actually.
should be done. It should be done. It should be done.
Yeah. They have a poke push comp, and then now they're just going to get obliterated here. In team fights. All right. Then LVP, the lowest valuable player. I mean, it's got to go to Zach, right?
Sorry,
Honestly, Zach and Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks took zero control of the game. I feel like Zach, it is what it is. Like he just got, he stuffed up his first level 1 or whatever it is. So it's like, it's fine. But Fiddlesticks had so much opportunity to take control of this game.
I think, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm super mad at Fiddlesticks particularly, but I definitely think like the core of like jungle AD and
bot,
support
yeah.
didn't run the game in the way that they could have.
No.
And there was no like specific individual that messed it up, but it was just like everyone just wasn't on like the train, I guess, like nobody was moving it forwards.
Their coach also needs to be reported for the draft.
For sure.
We can also do LVP coach, but I'm not sure who their coach was.
Let's just do Zach. I mean, Zach, that was that was atrocious gameplay. Some of the ways he got caught,
Sorry, Zach. It is what it is, man. We gotta be brutally
It's either Zach or the trio. We'll just choose Zach.
Nah, we just Zach. We just gotta take responsibility here.
I mean, Tim, these are your mid laners, Tim.
These are my
What's
mid
going
laners.
on with these mid laners,
Unacceptable.
man? And even
Unacceptable.
Andrew, like, what is going on?
Yeah, we need to do some work on these mid games.
Even
guys,
Curtis,
especially.
even the ones that I did before with Curtis, like,
Yeah.
MLA needs a lot of work. Like, it's out of control. Mid-game macro. Mid-game macro specifically.
Listen up. Mid-game macro on a mid laner is the hardest thing in the game.
No, that's fair.
You can't blame him for it.
I mean, you're so good at the mid game. You have so many options that it's just like picking correct one is tricky. But also, I want to say, for maybe like gave it a crack. This Cassante player, he's kind of the goat. Up until they right clicked the Altacan and everyone died, he was 1v9.
I reckon Cassante gets having a crack as well.
Yeah. He was really pushing the game forward.
Call it the Crack Award. It's called Crack.
The Crack Award. All right.
Crack Award. I think every country has a different way of putting that.
CRACK.
Yeah,
having a crack.
Mr. Cassante. All
right.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Great learnings here.
Yeah, it was a really fun one.
I think we summed it up well. We understood what was going on there. Good work, guys. We'll see you guys in our next episode.
See you guys.